Hello everybody, Joe Girardi has been fired, and today we're going to talk about that. So this was his third season in Philly. His first season was in 2020. The team went 28-32, coming off a 500 record with Kapler. Still haven't been over 500 since 2011. In their last 8 games of the season, they literally just had to win 2 of those games to make the playoffs. They only won 1. They went 1-7, ending in a sweep by the Rays. So very disappointing overall with the expanded playoffs. They were 1 game away, and they just couldn't even manage that. Next, 2021, they went 82-80, their first winning season since 2011, and they were only 1 game, they only won 2 more games than they lost. So that's really a false victory. It was nice to see them be over 500, but it was the least over 500 you could possibly be, so it wasn't really anything significant. They were only in first place for 9 games in August before being swept by the D-backs and giving the first place over to the Braves, who then just took it and went. Even towards the end of September, the Phillies were only 1 or 2 games out from the Braves, and they just failed in the end. They were already likely out because of how they play horribly in Miami, but being destroyed by the Braves at the end of the season certainly did not help when they were the ones that they were directly chasing. So now that's another disappointing season. So now it's been 10 years at that point without making the playoffs. They broke 500, but not really saying much when it's only 1 game and it didn't amount to anything. This season, they went up. They had huge acquisitions. They added Castellanos and Schwarber. They added Familia, Hand, and Knebel for the bullpen. Stott was looking good to come up. Probably would have replaced Didi. But yeah, everything was looking good. They should have been definitely up there in the playoff race the entire season. There weren't too many concerns about that. Whether they would actually make the playoffs is a different story, but they definitely should have been competing for that the entire season. Though, as of now, they are 22-29. They're 7 games under 500. That's not where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to have a top 5, maybe even top 3 offense in baseball. That's not happening. Their pitching, their rotation could have been argued to be top 5, more likely top 10, but I do see arguments for top 10. With Wheeler coming off his only 10 points away from winning the Cy Young, Ranger Suarez was absolutely fantastic last season, having a season kind of like Nestor's having right now. Nola always has really good stuff, but he just gives up so many home runs that it just messes him up. So the expectations were that Nola would bring those home runs down and just be more solid, and that just hasn't happened yet this season. Eflin has been pretty solid as a 4, and Gibson is certainly really good for a 5. So the rotation was looking really good. The bullpen obviously is always a problem with the Phillies, but I feel like every bullpen really does have problems. Like, no bullpen is perfect by any means. But they're just not getting it done either. Too many of the guys that were expected to perform just haven't been. I hated that they let Hector Neris walk. That was horrible. He's doing amazing for the Astros. I cannot believe they let him go. I think he got $8 million to Astros. The Phillies easily could have given him that, and that was really disappointing when the Phillies let him go. But yeah, so they're 2-7 in their last 9 games. Over Girardi's whole tenure, they're 132-141. So just quickly to go through how everyone's playing this season. Real Muto, these are their OPS pluses and their ERA pluses. Real Muto, best catcher in baseball, 100 OPS plus. Hoskins, 101. Segura, 109. Camargo, 86. Bohm, 90. Schwarber, 112. Herrera, 123. Castellanos, 111. And Harper, the only one truly producing, except potentially O'Doul, because 123 OPS from him is pretty solid. But 166 from Harper. No one else is doing it. Real Muto has looked horrible at the plate. He's swinging at horrible pitches. His plate approach looks really bad. And Hoskins, I love Hoskins. My jersey's Hoskins. But he just isn't getting it done. Last season when he was on the field, he was fantastic until he got injured. And he missed a lot of games at the end of the season. But he's just not getting it done this season. Segura, he is really, really good on defense. So 109 OPS plus from him is pretty solid. But Camargo has been playing every day when that was never the intention initially. It's more because Stott has been abysmal. He has a 6 OPS plus. And Didi's just been injured most of the season. So Camargo wasn't supposed to be playing every day. So I guess an 86 OPS plus from him isn't too bad. But Bohm looks like he should be like an ideal leadoff hitter, and he just isn't getting it done there either. 90 OPS plus, you cannot have that from your leadoff. And Schwarber and Castellanos. Castellanos started off really well, but he's gone down significantly. And then on the pitching side, the rotation: Nola 103 ERA plus, Gibson 105, Wheeler 128, Suarez 86 after his insane like DeGrom number season last year. Like that's disappointing. And then Eflin with 88. So not much to say that the rotation's really average when they were supposed to be really good. The bullpen, Knebel 124. He's their closer. You do not want your closer to have a 124 ER plus. That should be far higher. Dominguez with 223. He should be probably be tried at as a closer a little bit now. Familia 108. Bellotti 106. Brad Hand has been really, really good though as a lefty. 342 ERA plus. And Nick Nelson 95 and Norwood 50. Nelson, usually his outings are about 2 innings, but with an ERA plus below 100 as a pitcher, you don't want to be giving them that many 2-inning outings. It's just disappointing all around. And Nelson and Norwood were not supposed to be in the bullpen this season, but Bailey Felter got sent down. Connor Brogdon hasn't been up very much, so they're not technically supposed to be here. Nelson's okay, but Norwood, that 50 ERA plus is not what you want to see. And then just the last thing, just a quick rundown about how they went against each team. So 2-2 against Atlanta. They split a 4-game series. Colorado, they went 5-2. That's good. LA, they went 4-3. They destroyed the Dodgers in LA. They almost took 4-4. It was down to the last out in the 9th inning, and then Knebel blew the save. But the Phillies were so close to taking 4-4 in LA. Their offense exploded, and then as soon as they got home and faced the Padres, their offense completely disappeared. They got shut out 2 of the games. But Miami, who they just can literally never beat for some reason, I don't understand it. 1-3, Milwaukee 1-2, the Mets 3-9. They got swept by the Mets last weekend. Oakland 2-1, Padres 1-2, Seattle 2-1, San Francisco 1-2. I was at the game on Wednesday where they beat San Francisco. Also, little did we know Girardi's last game, where Maton and Schwarber both hit 2-run homers back to back. So that was really exciting, but yeah, that was the one game against San Francisco they won, against their old manager, Gabe Kapler. And then they also got swept in a 2-game series to Texas before the Rangers' offense had even picked up. So the team is performing really bad, underperformance all around. Brad Hand is the most standout guy on here. Maybe Dominguez, Sir Anthony Dominguez too, coming back from a long injury. But 7 games under 500. It was expected. We knew he would get fired at some point. We just didn't know exactly when, and they chose now. So that's all. YouTube's recommending you watch this video, and thank you.